Assalamu alaikum everybody. My name is Mahmoud Akbar Afridi and today we would be talking about a topic which has to do something with comprehension. As I have told you, comprehension comes in paper 1 and it is very compulsory. You have to attend every question of that. So sometimes the students are like troubling, they are having issue in solving comprehension. Usually some specific words like as far I have seen, the students have problem in two things, that what have they to write or how should they write. In comprehension, the two things, it's about nervous and afraid. Both of them has similar meaning, but we use both of them in very different situations. Okay, and so let's begin with our topic. So today we will be studying from book, and first of all, in comprehension, some when we read, so sometimes we get very tough words which we haven't seen in our life throughout before. So to get rid of such problems in understanding it, so the first of all, the very simple method to understand such word is that you should read that particular sentence again and again. You should look after the scenario, then you could judge that what is that where that particular word means. But usually that's a trial and try method, and it's not very on the safe side. Therefore you have to give uh, make your reading and understanding of English very uh, strong. But still you can, like, you could do that by uh, mm, doing this method. It's good. Okay, guessing the meaning. In an examination, do not worry about very difficult word in a passage. You may be able to guess their meaning. There may be no questions about them. Consider these examples. As I told you, there might be questions which you couldn't understand, but sometimes you get questions of that. Okay, consider these examples. In the middle of the gentle Indian night, an intruder burst through the bamboo door of the simple adobe hut. Adobe is a difficult word, even for native speakers. It tells us that the hut was made of unburned, sun-dried bricks. But if there is no question about this word, we do not need to worry about it in an examination. So usually you could like skip such word which is difficult. Even the native speakers, as the writer himself says, that sometimes they also suffer in answering such questions. But usually the writers, the examiner didn't give such difficult level of questions which it is even impossible for the writers, sorry, for the natives to understand. Okay, following the hospitality greed of his tribe, he walked over to the puzzled young Indian doctor, whom his wife had bitten, and handed him the cucumber. Here, the creed means customs or beliefs, but if there is no question about the word, it does not matter. If a reader cannot fully understand it, he can guess the rough meaning of the from the context. As I said, like from the in first time when I read it myself, I didn't even get that. But right now, if I would read it like few times, I would read the whole passage again. So might be I get particular word. But if there is nothing to do of that question with the, sorry, of that word with the question, so there is nothing to get worried about. Okay, with great dignity, Mohan Singh stood ramrod straight. Okay, over here for me the difficult word is ramrod. Okay, we can guess that ramrod is some kind of straight rod. It was once used to push things down firmly inside a gun, but is no longer used now. As we said, mm, Ismail loses the match, but still he stood fast. Okay, over here instead of writing that stood fast or writing that easy level of English, so the writer uses a word which is like on the side of, you could say it's metaphorically simile type. It over here it isn't simile, but it could be used as simile. Okay, so over here the writer uses it as a metaphor. With great dignity, Mohan Singh stood Robert straight, like he stood fast against the challenge. Okay, more than one meaning. Okay, many words have more than one meaning. If you have to explain the meaning of word, check that you give the meaning which fits the situation. Yes, like many words are there which are which have many meanings, like yes, but you could how could you find out that what does it mean is according to the passage. You have to read the passage again, the line again and again, and then fit the meaning of that particular word in that situation. In paper sometimes we are asked that what does this word means. So if that word have many meanings, so what you have to do is that, like, make it read the sentence where that word is located again and again, read it again and again, and then give your answer after thinking. Okay, so now let's talk about another question which comes in the paper. It is about that what does this lines mean, this words or lines mean this. In your paper you would get this question. Okay, or you are even asked that the writer says this, explain this question in your own meanings, in your own words. So how you have to attend that question, let me tell you that how. So what you have to do, take the full sentence, write it, and then there would might be two or three words specifically which might have synonyms, and that two words would be difficult, like not too difficult but little difficult than the other words in the whole passage. So what you have to do, replace that words with some synonyms of that words and write the whole sentence as it is. So you would get full marks in that. So this is how these questions are attempted. Thank you for listening.